Welcome to a new Shadow Sister healing video. This is my weekly Sunday love reading, where I read you always chapters from this Goethe Faust, and I have illustrated these new chapters now. Here are the 3 piles. Let's introduce them. There is not so many selection points, a little bit. Let's show what is here. And then we talk about new moon in Libra, but the piles are, pile number 1 is this kind of image. There is crown chakra amethyst, and this the Book of Shadow Tarot, and so above. Bottom of the deck is the shadow aspect of your reading, and beautiful is Beltane is lovers. So there is something beautiful here. Then, but this is shadow aspect of your reading. Whatever it is, we will find out today. Pile number 2, we have this kind of card. So I'm encouraging you to use your intuition to select the pile that calls to you. Sometimes more piles calls to you. Maybe you want to see all of the readings, but sometimes one of them is exactly what you need to hear right now. I'm going to deliver that to you with my psychic skills. This is a sacral chakra, carnelian. And you get this erotic fantasy tarot. And interesting, there is 10 of cups as the shadow aspect of the reading. Then pile number 3 is this kind of card. This week I was drawing the Gretchen a little bit like Alice in the Wonderland, because it was fitting to this spread that I'm using. I'm soon gonna tell about that. But pile number 3 is a heart chakra, green aventurine, and Finnish ukonpakka, and your card is Page of Pentacle, yes. So these are the piles. Today the advice card comes from the Path of Light Oracle. And I'm gonna pull everything live here as well. I'm gonna give you a little bit light messages because we are gonna look a little bit dark stuff again, as usually in my shadow readings. Let's explain what the dark is in this reading. So we are having this kind of locked door. We have a 3-card position spread today. I'm gonna use this kind of the secret door, and we're gonna unlock the locked door. There will be a locked door, a key, and then what happens when you open the door. So what is waiting, what kind of stuff is there, what is the secret power that you could unlock and indeed liberate possible your golden shadow, your gifts to run free, to flow free. So this will be the 3-card spread today about the secret door. And indeed, it's fitting very well to this kind of Alice in the Wonderland style. But the story, of course, Gretchen is a love story, and there will be Devil and a Faust busy doing something here with some woman. So what else I'm gonna say? Yes, of course, I'm gonna talk you about the new moon in Libra. So new moon in Libra, today is 19th of October, but new moon in Libra happens 21st of October. And when I was reading article about it, it was mentioned that the name for it is like a light of the heart. There is a lot of relationship related things with Libra always. So this new lunar cycle is focused on healing relational wounds and restoring harmony within ourselves and in our connection to others. So kind of letting us our connection bloom. And we are asked to explore new ways of relating and opportunity to grow new understanding of nature of the relationship patterns that manifest in our lives. The new moon in Libra is particularly significant for people born with natal placement in cardinal signs, which are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So for those signs, there can be new people entering to their lives, and especially signal new beginning in the existing connections. And the new moon always make new beginnings and ask us to plant seeds and set intentions to the future. But this new moon is also happening opposite Chiron in Aries, and that's why the meaning of Chiron is, of course, always like a wounded healer, and here this new moon is kind of activating the deepening on healing journey. Let's see if I'm able to already start deep heal talking about this closed doors. But so this Chiron in Aries opposite to new moon in Libra can offer you clearer awareness how past pain continues to manifest the way we show up in relationships, choices we make, and the people we attract and feel attracted to. Chiron teaches us that our wounds contain our medicine, and that only by facing, feeling, and embracing our pain, we access the wisdom that comes from it. And this new moon in Libra can also bring a spotlight to old stories of abandonment and rejection and betrayal. And Aries in Chiron highlights our ability to assert ourselves, be independent, follow our own path, and express boldly who we are and what we are here for. So, little introduction to that. In the reading also, I'm going to pull little story cards. I felt like there is this is like a storytelling game, there is like an ending, there's like a little fairy tale cards, but I thought like when we are talking about this kind of secret door and possible your potential to greatness, maybe it's interesting to look what kind of little fairy tale there would be part of this door, and I'm gonna pull live this kind of cards too. So those will be your cards too, and then of course current feelings of a person comes from this box, heart box, and yes, we have a rune. Also, soon we start to see what will come up, but now follow your timestamps and see you on your reading. Welcome to your reading, part number 1. You have selected this card. Let's start immediately reading this chapter. It's neighbor's house. Marta, alone. It's this older woman here, the neighbor. My husband, may God pardon him, he didn't treat me right, for shame, just went off into the world one day. Left me crass widow, as they say. Yet I've never done him any wrong. I loved him truly all along. She weeps. He may even be dead. Oh, poor, my heart bleeds. A death certificate's what one needs. And the Margareta Gretchen enters. Marta, Gretchen dear, what a face. Margareta, Marta, I feel quite faint. There's been this second box. I found it in my cupboard there, an ebony case of the grandest jewels you ever saw, much richer than the one before. Marta, now this time you mustn't tell your mother, or the priest get it, just like the other. Margareta, oh, look at this. Just look at this. Marta, trying out some of the jewels on her. Aren't you a lucky little miss? Margareta, but I can't wear them in the street or go to church and be seen in them, you know. Marta, just come whenever you can come to me and put on your jewels secretly. Walk about in front of looking glass here, and we will enjoy them together, my dear. Then when there is feast day or some occasion, let people see one little thing, then another, a necklace at first, a pearl earrings. Your mother may not notice, or will make up some explanation. Margareta, but all this jewelry, who can have brought it? I think there's something funny about it. There is a knock at the door. Oh God, perhaps that's my mother. Marta, looking through the peephole. No, it's some gentleman I don't know. Come in. Oh, and I have to mention immediately, like, what F, like, you don't know somebody and immediately come in. Boundaries. Enter Mephistopheles. Mephistopheles, if I may make so bold, forgive me, ladies, I'm looking for Frau Marta Schwertlein, who lives here, I'm told. He steps back respectfully on seeing Margareta. Marta, that's me. How can I oblige you, sir? Mephistopheles, aside to her. Now that I know you, that will do. You have a fine lady visiting you. Excuse my taking the liberty. I'll call again later when you're free. Marta aloud. Do you hear that, child? What a rigmarole. He takes you for lady, bless your soul. Margareta, oh, sir, you are much too kind to me. I'm poor young woman. This jewelry I'm trying on it isn't mine. Mephistopheles, why, it's not just jewels that are fine. You have manner, a look in your eyes. Then I may stay. What a pleasant surprise. Marta, now I'm sure your business is interesting. Mephistopheles, I hope you pardon the news I bring. I'm sorry to grieve you at our first meeting. Your husband is dead, and sends his greeting. Marta, what, dead, my true love? Alas, the day, my husband dead, I shall pass away. Margareta, oh, don't despair, Frau Marta dear. Mephistopheles, well, it's a sad tale you shall hear. Margareta, I hope I shall never laugh. I know it would kill me with grief to lose someone so. Mephistopheles, joy and grief need each other. They can't be parted. Marta, good sir, pray tell me how he died. Mephistopheles, in Padua, by the St. Antony's side. There they interred you late departed, in a spot well suited by God's grace, to be his last cool resting place. Marta, and have you brought nothing else for me? Mephistopheles, ah yes, he requests you solemnly to have 300 masses sung for his repose. For the rest, my hands are empty, I fear. all like a emergency noises here. Marta, what? No old medal, not a souvenir, or trinket any poor apprentice will lay by, stuffed in his satchel, and would rather die in penury than sell or lose. Mephistopheles, I must regret it, ma'am, but truthfully, your husband wasn't one of to waste his property. And he rued his faults, but his luck he cursed, the second more bitterly than the first. Margareta, oh, why have people such ill luck? I'm sad for them. I promise to pray for him with many a requiem. Mephistopheles, what a charming child you are, I'd say. You deserve to be married straight away. Margareta, oh, I'm still too young. That wouldn't be right. Mephistopheles, if a husband won't do, then a lover might. Why not? It's life's greatest blessing and pleasure to lie in the arms of so sweet a treasure. Margareta, that's not the custom in this country, sir. Mephistopheles, custom or not, it does occur. Marta, tell me the rest. Mephistopheles, I stood by his deathbed. It was pretty filthy, it must be said, but he died as a Christian, on half-rotten straw. His sins were absolved. True, he felt he had many more. I hate myself, he cried, for what I've done. Away from my trade, away from my wife to run. I'm tormented by that memory. If only she could forgive me in this life. Marta weeping, oh, he's long been forgiven by his loving wife. Mephistopheles, but God knows she was more to blame than me. Marta, why, that's a lie. What? Lie at the point of death? Mephistopheles, he was delirious at his last breath. If I'm any judge of such events, I had my time cut out, he said, providing her with children, then with bread, which meant bread in the very widest sense. And then I got no peace to eat my share. Marta, had he forgotten all my faithful loving care, slaving for him all day and night? Mephistopheles, why no. He had remembered that all right, he told me, when we sailed away from Malta. For my wife and brats I said a fervent prayer, and by heaven's will our luck began to alter. We took a Turkish ship and boarded her, the mighty Sultan's treasure ship. We fought them bravely and served our prize, and as for me, this bold adventure brought me in dividend of some size. Martha, what's that? Where is it? Has he buried it? Mephistopheles, who knows now where the four winds carried it? He well in with a lovely lady friend in Naples, visiting the place for fun, and fun he got, the kindness she'd done. They left their mark on him till life's end. Martha, this scoundrel, stealing his own children's bread, not even want and poverty could stop his vices and debauchery. Mephistopheles, well, then you are, you see. So now he's dead. If I were in your place, I'd mourn him for a decent 12-month then. Having looked round a little, choose another burr. Martha, oh dear, after my first, it will be hard to find second man like him. He was a jolly fellow. Everyone enjoyed him. He just was far too fond of wandering abroad. And foreign woman, foreign wine, and it was damned gambling that destroyed him. Mephistopheles, well, I dare say it was fine arrangement. If it for his part he allowed you equal liberty. On such terms, I would hardly hesitate myself to be your second mate. Martha, oh sir, you like to have your little joke with me. Mephistopheles aside, while there's still time, I'd best get out of here. She would hold the devil to his word, that's clear, to Gretchen. And you, my child, are you still fancy free? Margareta, I don't quite understand. Mephistopheles aside, now there's sweet innocence, aloud. Ladies, good day to you. Margareta, good day. Martha, sir, one more thing. I'd like to have some proper evidence, the details of my husband's death and burying. I've always liked things orderly and neat. I won't read it in the weekly notice sheet. Mephistopheles, indeed, ma'am, when two witnesses agree, the truth revealed infallible. I have a companion, and he and I can go before the judge to testify. I'll bring him here. Martha, oh, by all means do. Mephistopheles, and this young miss will be here too. He's a fine lad. Seen the world all right. Very nice to ladies, very polite. Margareta, I shall blush with shame to meet him, I fear. Mephistopheles, you need blush before no king, my dear. Martha, I've garden at the back, so gentlemen, please come this evening, we will expect you then. So this was devil bringing the fake news about the husband. This is typical devilish thing that somebody lies to you just to get something with you. So that's here. Not sure what else is coming in this pile, but we are gonna now look to this 3-door spread. Just have to see where I put the paper right. So it's going, yes. This will be your deck. Let me see how we do this. So this will be the oracle card. I already take it in the beginning of this reading. This is from the part of light. There's some kind of advice. Well, this locked door can be really hard stuff. It can be kind of something that you have locked away even. Like this woman doesn't know where the man went, and now it's almost like when you have some unsolved things, kind of it makes you weak. Like you have some secrets or anything, the devil can get in. So this, let me show now. Just have to jump here. Okay, so this card is coming. This will be advice, but now we start the 3-card press spread. I think I start immediately do this, but I'm feeling like I need to pull you first through. Start putting this field. Number 1. Your rune is this. Strength. Okay. Then I promise to give you a little fairy tale. So before this door, I'm gonna put aside a little ending of this fairy tale. We're gonna look it after that spread. Put this card already here. Here with this oracle. Then same, let's put these little fairy tales. It's always all be little advice. Let's see, one more. These 3 cards. Your little fairy tale. And now we put this door. So this is now a secret door, and the lock is a bit like the shadow. Something closed. Something closed that I'm showing you here. Then what is the key you need? It can also be light. It's the key. And what will happen when the door is opened? Let's put still one light card to the table. You can also see this in the end. This with the light. And I think other cards I take later. So let's see. Start with the door. So the lock is, oh wow, this is a hard stuff. There is a devil. So even in this story, there was a devil on the door, and they just let him in, like a stranger, to see all inside the house. Like they had all this jewelry box in the house, and they let just this devil start to talk to them. So the devil is that locked door. That's the lock. There's a totally, in Tarot, devil means shadow work. So there's something completely dark here with this door. Scary, a little bit. Immediately devil shows up. Maybe I read this story immediately from this Book of the Shadows. Lammas is kind of back on the fest. But when there is a devil on the table, it's a little bit like a warning. There's something very hard. It can really trigger you. Or opening this door is very hard. There might be really like a huge lock on the door. Like this is totally like if I talk about like a core found, like there is some huge wounding. It is clear. We can verify more about this wounding, but devil is here. As the end of a growing season draws closer, there is an air of celebration and wild abandon. Games are played, wagers made, and bread and beer enjoyed. The devil card is often associated with the card fun, and hence is an appropriate match for this holiday, although the beverage of choice is more often made of grain and grapes. There is almost an eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die sensibility. There is utter enjoyment without thinking about putting anything by for the future. Enjoyment of the physical world, indulgence, or perhaps overindulgence. Taking chances that may pay off, or taking risk with too high price. That is your door. Okay. Need strength here. So second position is the key that opens this devil door. Wow, death card. These are all major arcana cards, so we are getting really deep. But this is the solstice, the darkest time of the year. There is really no light here. The devil has really like a put the lights off. And that is indeed a bit scary place to be. Kind of, if you would look in the keyhole of this door, there would be just dark because there's death. It's kind of heavy energy here. Okay, so what happens when you open this death door? Yes, this card will give a name to the door. So maybe we soon look what it is, because this oracle card will give a name to the door. But this will happen when the door is opened. But death card is of course transformation. So there is like a big transformation happening, which is not bad, but it's really like death can be completely ending something and completely beginning something new. So that needs to happen if you open this door. You kind of have to let this devil go. You have to solve this issue, this to really deal this whatever is there, whatever devil has made you weak. You have to address it. You have to go through this pain, and then it's like a kind of like a funerals to this bad energy. But here the kind of power is given to somebody else. It's almost like father gives the thing for the next generation. I'm gonna read this still before we go forward. So this is the key. Winter solstice. On the longest night of the year, the Great Mother gives birth to the sun god, and pagans celebrate the return of the light to the world. At Samhain, when the god dies, he takes the light with him. After the winter solstice, the sun begins to return, and so does God in the form of a baby. Yule is so joyous celebration of the return of the light, life, and warmth. Yule is also a celebration of faith. The light has not actually begun to return, so it is an act of faith to believe that it will return. The moment of the longest night before the lengthening days is brief, like the moment of death. It is nearly impossible to pinpoint the exact moment that one thing ends and another begins. Nearly impossible, but that moment does exist. This card shows the moment when the dead Holy King hands over rulership to the Oak King. Yes, it is the key here to open this door is faith. You have to have faith to believe there is more to life than just this shit show that's been going on here. Okay, and so what happens now immediately when you open the door? Crown of Water, King of Cups. So this is Grandma with a bottle, of course, but there is like emotionally mature older woman energy here. So there is definitely some integration of this shadow, like this, but it's almost like this be a figure in your life, like a grandma. You need this, but it's happening. This facing this kind of mastering of emotion when you open this. This is totally King of Cups is also water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but it's like a mastery of emotional intelligence. That's now like happening. Maybe I read again this text. It's going. Yes. The crown water puts some water in a bottle. She knows that there will come a difficult time when a dear memory will be needed. Wow, this is giving me idea like there is like bottled emotions behind this door. It's interesting thing about this. Grandmas are always making like a juice for the winter, for the cold of the winter. They're bottling. I think it's to remember the good Like sometimes if you find like some old juice bottle that the grandma made, and grandma would have already passed away, it's still made by her love, it's still made by her care. And it's like if somebody would have died and you have still wine they made or juice they made, it's just like a treasure. You're talking about here, of course, like to unlock your secret powers. So there is like the light has been conserved. It's not lost. Even if it feels like it's all there's some places where the light went. And in this case, it went to a bottle. It was bottled up. Maybe the feelings are bottled up, but let's see the name of the door now. 35, work without attachment. Work without attachment. There is definitely attachment in the sense of human life, like a safety and security. Like you can be attached, secure, or avoidant, or anxious. This is a secure figure for sure. This grandma. Well, this devil is completely not. Work without attachment. Devil is a very big working energy. But the attachment, I educate myself to know, like attachment styles are fluid and they can change. When you have a secure person in your life, even if you would have this kind of very fearful, anxious, avoidant things going on in your life, the secure person can stabilize that. So while this is the secret door to unlock your powers, there is definitely some security that some older female figure is offering in your life. That what's the door when it's opened. Like there is wisdom in your family or somebody in your life that is older and wiser that can assist you if you didn't had good attachment. But we will of course read what this advice card mean. This is the part of the light, work without attachment. Okay. Now let's see the light here. I am beautiful. Okay. Then we have the story ending. So he forgave her and they were married. And we have here contest. It's like an event, forest, and very wise. It makes me think about the family tree. There is really something about these family stories here. Very wise is to educate yourself, because if there is a devil energy, how you turn, some readings I made, how you turn devil to magician is that devil works always with codependency, all this kind of illusions and painful lust and all this kind of like a not healthy thing, while magician works with knowledge. And somehow in this story, seeking for knowledge from some wise and an older or from your family line, and still there is a contest like event. Maybe it's like you have to challenge yourself, or that you are the moment you have to kind of be tested of your powers, then you are like this contest is some kind of, maybe you are in some competition to, what is it, contest. You're challenged by this devil. Okay, it's a hard thing to sometimes think, but you are like definitely fine if you look answers from like from the past. Even you can predict the future by looking in the past. So certain things like now in this new moon also you should become like aware of the relationship patterns. There are some relationship patterns here that it's good to become aware of. This is almost like saying that there's some kind of work in the work field. There's some kind of contest that you should show all your power. So you should definitely not be afraid to work hard. This is the lock is that maybe that difficulties, the devilish things in your life make you even work hard. The door shows like that at your work, how you work. There's something in the work. Devil energy is Capricorn energy is hugely passionate about your work. So maybe you wanted to forget all these issues of yours, just focusing on the work. Yes, anyway. These are like funny stories. I don't know what this means to you, but so he forgave her and they were married. Let's verify. I have this funny cat deck. Let's verify a little bit this door. It gets long reading. I don't have endless time. I'm gonna verify this lock and the key and this Knight of Sword. This is ambitious. This is definitely related to work. This lock is like somebody is actively communicating. This like the Lancelot, ready to finish the task. There's something about like heavy work here for sure. Queen of Cups. Okay, beautiful. I'm beautiful. So while this Queen of Cups is like emotionally mature queen, to open this door, the key is with like a true love. That was fate was mentioned here, but here we have also this kind of queen energy. So mastering emotion and like a could be even that fate part. You just have to. Part of the true love is trusting that something will work out for you. It is actually a very secure attachment, even to have that kind of trust. Not to be afraid of unknown, even things are dark. And it's just sipping there the coffee, just relaxed. And then here, Six of Wands. Okay, so this is what happens immediately when the door is open. Okay, there is this bottled emotion. There is this like wisdom even coming from all these emotions that may be hidden away. But Six of Wands is victory card, so this is like a success. That feels like a success when you open this door. You really are like a hero coming home. So this might keep you away even from the home, this devil. Here you can relax. You can even drink this juice from the grandma. Anyway, let's read now this advice. This deck is part of Light Oracle, healing self-mastery through the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. This is very old wisdom from India. So you have work to do, a contribution that only you can make. Do your work with your full effort and with the intention of serving all beings, but do not be attached to the outcome of your work. Do your work and surrender the results to God. Okay, so while this devil is here, and I was like, okay, this is some heavy, like a darkness here, it is really both of the cards point out to career. And even this advice card says, do your work and surrender the results to God. So don't stress about it. Even you would have a contest in your work. Don't stress about it. You have the right to do your work, to perform your duty, but not the fruits of your work. Do not do your work just to get reward, and do not consider yourself the creator of the results of your work. This verse of Gita begins with the idea that there is work for you to do. You have responsibilities to fulfill, duties to attend to, and a purpose to serve. If you have a body, you have something to contribute. This realization gives our life meaning, which is sorely lacking in the world today. When the Gita refers to work, it is not just referring to a paid job. The work includes any and all things paid or unpaid. Much of the work we does not involve money, such as the things we do for our family, friends, and community, plus all the work we do and for ourselves. Surprisingly, to the modern ear, this verse says we should do our work, but that we are not entitled to the fruits of our work. This goes against everything we are taught in our contemporary capitalist system, which runs on the idea of separation. We are taught to act in our own self-interest, and we believe we are entitled to the fruits of our labor. But the Gita says we should not work just for ourselves. Instead, we should work for the benefit of all, to serve our family, others, and the world. The Gita recommends that we should not work just for what we will get in return, but rather we should do our work for its own sake and to serve others. When we do what we are called to do, when we do the things we know we should do for ourselves, our family, and the world, we receive something far more valuable than external reward. We receive feeling of deep fulfillment and contentment, which is the greatest gift available to us. Wow. So this name of the door now of your secret powers is like the work. It is really coming to the fact of this crown chakra. This like don't be egotist, but be a good guru. How your work can like serve others. So this door is about that. It's not about egoistically just gaining profit, but is to bring the fruits that always come from the love to everybody around you, or even the society wise, that you are doing the work that benefit everybody. Okay, then we will what else? Yes, current feelings of a person. Then I see I'm done with this one. Current feelings of your person. It is innocent, pure heart, healing, light, naive, childlike, trusting, meaning well. Good morning, Queen of Chaos. Hallelujah. Intuition is the killer rabbit. Love is easy. No more BS. Faith makes everything possible. Wow. The faith was here. It's almost like kingdom of heaven opens to all children who are innocent. The same innocence is here. Like innocent heart and faith is the key here. And it's very beautiful thing too, to have that in the life. The end of all learning is to know God, and out of that knowledge to love and imitate Him. And nothing is lost, everything is transformed. There are many levels of joy, but they all lead to one, the joy to be loved. You must let what happen, happen. You must let what happen, happen. I think you cannot control everything. You shouldn't. You should trust and have faith. That's the key thing of this reading. Okay. Welcome to your reading part number 2. You have selected this card, and let's read this chapter of the Goethe Faust part 1. It's called Astrid. Faust and Mephistopheles. Faust. Well, what's news now? Is it going ahead? Mephistopheles. Ah, bravo. So you are well alight. Gretchen will soon be in your bed. We are to meet her at the neighbor's house tonight. That Martha's proper witch. Good Lord. I couldn't have picked you a better board. Faust. Good. Mephistopheles. But she asks service of us too. Faust. That's fair enough. What do we have to do? Mephistopheles. We swear a deposition warranting that her late husband's bones now are buried in hallowed ground in Padua. Faust. Brilliant. So first we have to travel there. Mephistopheles. Sancta simplicitas. Why should we care? Just testify. No need to make the visit. Faust. If that's your scheme, then I'll do no such thing. Mephistopheles. Oh, holy Willy, that's your scalpel, isn't it? So this is the first time in your career that you will have borne false witness. Have you not laid down authoritative definitions, O God, and of the world, of all that's there and here, man's mind and heart, his motives and conditions, with praise and confidence, with all the pride you've got. But pause to think, confess, as you draw breath. All of those matters you knew not a jot more than a Martha Swartlane's husband's death. Faust, you are and always were a sophist and a liar. Mephistopheles, and your standards of truth I know are so much higher. In all good faith, tomorrow we shall find you turning little Gretchen's mind with woes of love and nonsense of that kind. Faust, it will come from my heart. Mephistopheles, a splendid woe, eternal love, faithfulness to the end, unique, all powerful passion, yes, my friend, that will come from the heart too, will it now? Faust, yes, let me be, it shall. This deep commotion and turmoil in me, I would speak its name, find words for this emotion. Through the whole world, my soul and senses seek the loftiest words for it. This flame that burns me, it must have a name. And so I say, eternal, endless, endless, why, you devil, do you call all that a lie? Mephistopheles, I'm right, nonetheless. Faust, listen to me, and understand before I burst along. Insist on being right, and merely have a tongue, and right you will be, but now let's go, I'm sick of all this chatter, and you are right, I have no choice in the matter. So devil is always making some schemes here. Here they are figuring out how the Faust can get that girl. Let's put you now this card. This will show you the name of the door. Maybe in this case I will show you immediately. So we are opening a door. That name is this. An equal eye, 16. Wow. Interesting. Like all-seeing eye. And then I'm gonna put here some fairy tale ending for you. 2. And some little fairy tale cards. Now. Oi. Okay. And little light message because we are looking to the locked door. Can be some core wounding, so light is needed. Okay, now we start the spread. That is here. So this door we open to unlock your powers. What is the lock on the door now? What is the lock? What is the key? And what will happen immediately when we have opened this door? And anything else? Yes, rune. Get the rune here for pile number 2, which is love. Wow, nice. Let's see. So the lock is okay, working heavily. It's almost like these piles are repeating each other. So the first pile was a lot of like a devilish working energy. Here is also completing a project. That is like the work keeps the door locked. What is the key? Oh, wow. The world card. It's amazing. Finishing a cycle. So this is working to finish thing, while this is opening it. When the work is finished, looks like the door opens, and what is coming? Wow. Amazing. Align with this rune. binded rule that is love. This is true love. This is the new beginning of love. Here, of course, this is also Emperor and Empress on a throne, enjoying the kingdom. Wow. So, looks like the love matters are put aside because there's a lot of work to do. But if the door is opened, there comes pouring this true love immediately. It just needs to be opened in a big way, completing some task. Okay. And equal eye. Interesting. This is a bit like you would see like a door eye, that you can look from the door eye. Is this door called like a eye on the door? The secret door. There is a hole in the door that you can kind of like have a like a third eye open about what is there, but it's still locked because somebody needs to work hard. Okay, the light here is I'm wise. Okay, the fairy tale is so they promise never to fight again. Let's see this thing. Enemy. There's something like that. There is food. There's something is revealed. And there is escape. Maybe the work is something to do with this fact that there is like a enemy keeping you busy. Like you have some opponent that is like hard to fight, like a something is relieved and then you're able to escape. Whatever it is. But this is the little mini story here. Now let's have this story. This is the part of the light. Let's have this 16. This reading doesn't have to be so long. As long as it's going. Number 2. Yoga means union. When your mind is unified, you realize that all is part of one system of interbeing and that all should be respected and loved equally. Use discernment to see all sides of the situation and to make unbiased and unemotional decisions instead of judgment, which sees only part of what is occurring. When consciousness is unified, the yogi sees everything with an equal eye. Yoga is an egalitarian system. It believes that everyone and everything in the universe is an expression of the one cosmic consciousness, that all the diversity of existence proceeds from one source, being itself, and that every piece is, by its inherent nature, worthy of love, respect, and honor. The task of being who is attempting to progress on the path of yoga is to begin to settling and unifying the mind. We have been programmed and trained to categorize things in two primary buckets, good and bad. We are taught that it is an either-or equation. Something is either good or evil, positive or negative, or one or the other. There is no nuance, something cannot be both. This is an error, as things in life are not one-sided. They are complex and complicated. They are bipolar, they are both, nothing is all positive or negative, as everything contains both beneficial and detrimental facets. As a consequence of all or nothing thinking, everywhere we look, we see things that either attract or repel us, that hook us and capture our attention, both likes and dislikes. Anytime we judge something positively or negatively, we give that outer thing power over us to trigger a reaction in us that destroys our peace. By the time we are adults, we have so much that we judge and that triggers us that we rarely experience the peace that is inside us. This is the kind of peace that we experienced as a child prior to receiving the judgmental programming. So the promise never to fight again. There is really something about this to this kind of polarity to not fight with that, just unified with wisdom. Wow. Okay, I need to verify a little bit here this thing. Which deck? Maybe the Halloween deck. It's interesting Halloween times, so let's verify this, why this working energy is here. It wants to tell you, and this one, the key, and this what happens now. Wait, what happens now when you open the door? What exactly happens then? Kind of what is kept locked. Okay, so again the Ace of Ghosts came here, so the work includes the love also. Even the love is here in the end. The work is locking the love. And Chariot, this is a marathon energy. This is moving forward. This is a huge willpower. So the huge willpower also opens this door. You have to want this. And the Wheel of Fortune is here. Like this is really like a Jupiterian energy. Jupiter is currently in Cancer, so all these kind of family values are highlighted. Caring. But this is very Cancerian energy indeed, like a heart. So it just increases the caring when the door is opened. There is a lot of love put in this work, but when you're opening this door, the secret door to unlock your hidden powers, it's just exponentially growing even. It's just like even more love can come. You just have to have a willpower possible to finish this task that you are doing. Okay? Good feelings of your person still here. One more. Good feelings of person, part number 2. Innocent, pure heart, healing, light, naive, childlike, trusting, meaning well. It was similar than in the pile number 1. Maybe there's something similar in this pile anyway. We have here, hard times help me see. I'm a good man with a good heart. Had a tough time, got a rough start, but I finally learned to let it go. Shadow Days by John Mayer. Fits this very well. Hard times help me see. I'm a good man with a good heart. Had a tough time, got a rough start, but I finally learned to let it go. Did you have to put this task down in some point? It's ready. Something also, sometimes you have to like say, now this work is done. Dynamic awareness, I am love. Love is being belief to God and Goddess, and higher love. Awareness is love in action, mystic feeling, spirituality, oneness. Life is love and love is life. Compassion. It's kind of higher powers here. Your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. And last current feelings of person. Be patient. Sometimes the wait is longer because the blessing is bigger. The blessing is very big here. So that's for sure. Okay, let's go to the next one. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3. Let's come to the last chapter of Faust this week. And it is a garden. This kind of illustration. Margareta walking up and down with Faust. Martha with Mephistopheles. I just draw here now the Margareta and Faust. Let's say that Mephistopheles and Martha are these rabbits. Anyway, Margareta, I'm quite ashamed. I feel you're being so kind and condescending just to spare my feelings, sir. A traveler must be polite and take what he can find. I know quite well that my poor conversation can't entertain a man of education. Faust, one look, one word from you that entertains me more than any this wise word contains. He kisses her hand. Margareta, sir, you put yourself out. How can you kiss my hand? It's so nasty and rough. I have to do such a lot of housework with it. If you knew how fussy mother is, you would understand. They pass on. Martha, so sir, you are always troubling, I believe. Mephistopheles, alas, constraints of duty and vocation. Sometimes a place is very hard to leave, but it's just not one's destination. Martha, I dare say, when one's young and strong, it's good to roam the world and to be free. But there are bad times coming before long, and creeping to one's grave alone, oh, you would be wrong to be bachelor then, sir, believe me. Mephistopheles, I view with horror that approaching fate. Martha, then think again while it's not yet too late. They pass on. Margareta, yes, out of sight, out of mind it will be, and true, though you talk politely after all. You have many friends, and I'm sure they all more intellectual than me. Faust, my sweet, believe me, what's called intellect is often shallowness and vanity. Margareta, how so? Faust, oh, why can simple innocence we know itself of humble lowliness respect its own great value, feel the awe that's due to generous nature's dearest, greatest boon. Margareta, you will sometimes think of me and then forget me soon, but I'll have time enough to think of you. Faust, so you are alone a lot. Margareta, oh yes. You see, our household's not big, but one has to see to it. And we have no maid. I cook and sweep and knit and sew all day on my feet. And my mother insists everything's got to be neat. Not that she's really poor in any way. In fact, we're better off than most folk, I should say. We got some money, then my father died. When my father died, a little house and a garden just outside the town. But mine's a quiet life now. That's true. My brother's a soldier, he's not here. My little sister, she died too. I had such trouble with her, the poor little dear. And yet I'd gladly have it all again to do. I loved her so. Faust, a darling just like you. Margareta, I brought her up. She got so fond of me. She was born after father's death, you see, and mother was so desperately ill then. We thought she never would be well again. And she got better slowly, very gradually. She couldn't possibly, give the baby her breast and so. I had to feed her all alone. With milk and water, she became my own, and in my arms and on my breast, she smiled and wiggled and grew and grew. Faust, that must have been great happiness for you, Margareta. But very hard as well, although I did my best. At night, she had her little cradle by my bed. She hardly need to move, and I was wide awake. Then I would have to feed her, or else take her into bed with me, or if she went on crying, I would get up and jog her and fro. And then the washing started at cockcrow. Then I would shop and cook. That's how I spent the whole of every blessed day. Blessed day. So you see, sir, it's not all play. But you eat well and you sleep well that way. They pass on. Marta, we women do have an unlucky fate. A confirmed bachelor is hard to educate. Mephistopheles, I'm sure it takes a lady of young kind, madam, to make one change one's mind. Martha, but tell me truly now, sir, have you never lost your hard heart to any woman ever? Mephistopheles, one's own fireside, we are so often told, and a good wife are worth silver and gold. Martha, I'm asking, have you never felt the inclination? Mephistopheles, I've always been treated with great consideration. Martha, I mean, have things not been serious at any time? Mephistopheles, trifling with ladies is very serious crime. Martha, oh, you don't understand. Mephistopheles, that grieves me, I confess, but I do understand your great obliqueness. They pass on. Faust, you knew me again, sweetheart, immediately, here in the garden. Is it really true? Margareta, you saw me cast my eyes down, didn't you? Faust, and you given the liberty I took outside the church, the insulting way I spoke to you the other day. Margaret, it was a shock, you see. It never had happened before. No one ever says bad things of me, and I thought, did I somehow seem lacking in modesty to him just now? He suddenly just thinks, quite without shame, I'll pick this girl up, maybe I'm to blame. I must confess that something in my heart, I don't know what, began quite soon to take your part. In fact, I got quite cross with myself too for not being quite cross enough with you. Faust, oh my sweet, Margareta, wait. She picks a daisy and begins pulling off the petals one by one. Faust, what is for? A bucket? Margareta, no. Faust, what? Margareta, you will laugh at me. It's just a game we play. She murmurs as she picks off the petals. Faust, what's this you are murmuring? Margareta, half aloud, he loves me not. Faust, you dear beloved little thing. Margareta continues, loves me not, pulling off the last petal and exclaiming with joy, he loves me. Faust, yes, my love, the flower speaks, and let it be your oracle. He loves you. Do you know what that means? He loves you. He clasps both her hands in his. Margaret, I'm trembling all over. Faust, don't be afraid. Oh, let my eyes, my hands on your hands tell you what no words can say. To give oneself entirely and to feel ecstasy that must last forever. Forever, for its end would be despair. No, never ending, never ending. Margareta presses his hands, frees herself, and runs away. He stands lost in thought for a moment, then follows her. Martha enters with Mephistopheles. Martha, it's getting dark. Mephistopheles, yes, and we must be gone. Martha, I would gladly invite you to stay on, but this place has sharp eyes and sharp tongues too. It's as if they all had nothing else to do, day in, day out. But try to sniff their neighbor's business out, it's wicked. But one can't escape their talk. And our young pair, Mephistopheles, gone fluttering up that garden walk, wild, wayward butterflies. Martha, he seems to have found his true love, Mephistopheles. So has she. That's how the world goes around. Yeah, this was this kind of love courting moment. Now there is also heart chakra, how to be true lover and not to fake it. So this is a nice loving pile here. If you have selected this, maybe you have some date going on, but this is your door. The name of the door comes with this oracle. I'm gonna pick now the 3 cards. So the kind of secret door and what kind of powers can be unlocked from opening this door. So the locked door, how does that look? Oh, there was 2 doors. Okay, there is even 2 locked doors. Then we have here the key. Looks like there is only 1 key. And then we have what happens immediately when the door is opened. This 2 doors are 10 of Cups. Interesting. Very marriage-like kind of door. And Kilpakosinta, this is a Libra card. This card, it means like some men are competing to have a woman. This kind of all kind of heroes from Kalevala. The young lover boy, the old wizard, and the smith. But that is now the lock. Big fish to catch. Okay. Maybe we have a name for the door. The name of the door is 21 Ahimsa. So showing some kind of waters here. Interesting. Okay, the key. Another 10 card. But this is 10 of sword. This is a bit darker energy because this can be that the relationship is ending or somebody's dying or like completely somebody got dark night of the soul. Like it goes to the final point that somebody's completely down. But that's the key. Maybe it's to handle this kind of darkness. Even that kind of light here is a bit like a snake format. Okay, we have to read these cards. Anyway, this will be happening when the door is open. New beginning. Born of a new world. Wow. So there is some kind of love story here for sure. So what's here? But the key is a sharp one. Is a lot of mental struggle here. Just to overcome. Okay, let's have one rune here. pile number 3's rune is youth. Okay, young energy. Maybe it's like a coming to like a growth moment has to happen to open this door. This is also very young energy to hunt somebody. Okay, the light here in this situation anyway, what is it? Young hearts. I'm clarity. Okay. Then we have this fairy tale. Fairy tale ending. It's just a funny little story what we could have here. Ending is, but he still visited them from time to time. Tower. Fire. Shuffle. And stolen. Interesting, like a castle things here. What is stolen here? So this door is locked, and there is like a marriage there, and like a Libra card that is also a huge balance. But Libra is ruled by Venus. There is totally this kind of attraction going on here, but it's locked. The door is locked behind, like it is. Huh. So let's see. I'm gonna read these 10 cards. These are fulfillment cards, like something comes to an end. There has been this kind of 10 card theme also in this whole reading that was like completed work, but here is complete relationship. What is it? Is this like a commitment that waits here? I think we focus on this hard part because this is gonna open the door. So I cannot be here forever because I have the life to do today too. This is getting clear of the situation, conversation, solving the issues, getting out of the egoistic world, surrendering and giving up the fight. The feelings that have been kind of bottled up are coming out, finding the truth and facing it and getting free of the hallucinations and roles and fear of being judged. The big giant crown-headed snake is carrying on its mouth a magical stone of the snakes. It has a role of being the wise guardian and to be the king of the snakes. Interesting, we are currently having a snake here. So I start to think about like there is something about the snake here playing a part of being the key. Some kind of deep healing needs to be done before this kind of deeper commitment can happen. So the other snakes have asked this king to come to solve this situation. And the old folk knew that any object that has been in the mouth of the snake was a key that would open any lock. Interesting that this is a key position and this is now a snake having something in the mouth. So the snake had connection to the other world and renewal forces. They were guardian of the wisdom and faith, and they were guarding the tree of life. And the snakes are shapeshifters, and they are renewing their skin, what symbolize rebirth and growth. The two-pointed tongue is representing truth or lies. There was a belief that if you would eat the meat of the white snake, you would learn to speak like birds. Because birds would never lie, they would always tell the truth. Whew, what a symbology is here. When snakes are gathering like this is time of the truth. The truth is just as it is. So every kind of things comes up now. The truth is not black and white. It has nuances and different kind of point of view. Every one of us can face the truth from their own perspective and be right. Even they have a different opinion, they can be right. So try to listen other people's opinions openly without judging or blaming them. There is this story that if we would steal a stone with treachery and lies, you would end up in this judgment of the snakes. Are you ready to hear the truth? Are you trying to hide your mistakes? Or are you telling openly when you were wrong? That is the key now. The truth, and I'm clarity. Let's see now this answer. I have to have time to also load this reading to the. It takes sometimes time to load things in the YouTube, so I have to hurry up. So pile number 3. This will give it a name to that door. Ahimsa. When you forget that all is an aspect of the one being, that all is divine, you fall for the illusion that we all are separate and unrelated. It is from this divided state of consciousness that fear and anger can arise and result in harm. Transform these thoughts, transform these through the truth of oneness and the power of compassion and love. Practice non-violence towards all creatures. Control your anger. Do not speak about the shortcomings of others. Be compassionate and gentle to all. Ahimsa is one of the central principles of yoga, Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, and many other traditions. Its direct translation is non-violence. As a teaching, the emphasis is usually placed on not harming other living beings. Mahatma Gandhi believed that the two highest principles of life were satya, truth, and ahimsa. He said, ahimsa is merely a negative state of harmlessness, but is a positive state of love, of doing good even to the evildoer. Eknath Easwaran expressed this same idea as follows. There is an ancient Sanskrit epigram, ahimsa paramo dharma. The highest dharma is ahimsa, non-violence, and universal love for all living creatures. For every kind of violence is a violation of dharma, the fundamental law of the unity of life. This is such a beautiful expansion of the principle of ahimsa that leads to the very ultimate of the spiritual path. Learning to transcend our judgments and reactions through compassion so we can unconditionally love instead. Looking at ahimsa this way, focusing on love recognizes that simply restraining the outer expression of violence and aggression is not sufficient. For it, our mind is swirling with fear, anger, rage, or hate. Even if we are not acting upon this, we are not observing the principle of ahimsa. Our thoughts are form of action, and they have an impact. Whatever we think about and focus on regularly tends to come to life. So we will want to be mindful of allowing our minds to brood in a negative state for too long. When your mind dwells on sense object, attachment develops. From attachment arises lust. From lust arises anger. From anger arises misperception. From misperception, we forget the self, lose our faculty for intelligent, true an action, and self-destruct. The precursor to violence is fear and anger. If we feed these emotions and allow them to occupy our minds, they will eventually spill out to the world. To address this first, we should restrain our negative thinking, not allowing ourselves to dwell in fear or anger. Next, the critical component, we need to transform those emotions of anger and fear that lead to violence. For this, we need compassion and love. Compassion and love are the antidotes to anger and fear. They dissolve avyada and produce understanding and peace. Wow. Time to be living with your truth. Truth comes to the heart. Is here also. Truthful. Hui. I don't want to read all these long stories, but it's a beautiful thing that when the door opens, when you get through this kind of hard energy, that this locked door hides behind it, really like a love and commitment and a love story, then new story can begin. This is also kind of new story happening. So let's have a little verify card here, because it's very hard for me to give final conclusion of this reading, and time start to be very late. So I want to verify still this lock and key, and what happens immediately when this is opened. Okay, so I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I am not, Kurt Cobain. So this is also like a very freezed energy. This lock is really like you can't move. Even there's a lot of love, it's like a winter energy. Frozen door. All this kind of love is frozen behind it, waiting to be liberated. And then, oh wow, the true love, quality time together. This is nice, same colors, but it's not like sometimes they say like a cats and snakes looks a bit same, but wow, true love is the key. The heart is here too. Love and not hate. And what happens when the door is opened? Wow, dream day. So there is indeed new beginning, and there is completely this love story is liberated, and the dream day can happen. Wow. Somebody's gonna be very happy. Okay, current feelings of your person still, and we quit this reading. Okay, current feelings of your person. Okay. Beautiful. There is even a door here. In the door reading. Wow, what is here? Boundary doors. Boundaries are needed, but there are no ultimatums. Choices you make makes you. Who do you let in? 2. Have your strong own orbit. And 3. Standards are rules for your own behavior. It's good to have standards. Okay. Free Me by Nefex. He got the venom, tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain. That's a blessing. Free Me by Nefex. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We can change the world, change times, rearrange them. Can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. And when you are taught to believe you are weak, what? Oh, no, there is something else. The Lost Ones, sung by Chase McDaniel. Mind on fire. You are only sick as your secrets, but it is easy to keep them when you are taught to believe you are weak if they see them. Mind on fire. Interesting energy here. Some kind of clarity is coming. But there is some kind of truth that needs to come out. Okay. So this was your reading. I hope you liked it. How long it got? More than 1 hour. So yes, I will now have like a 2 weeks break from the reading. So see you next time in November. I might come here to give for the next full moon star sign reading, because while I have this long break, I might have time for that. But for next 2 Sundays, I will be on holiday. So I hope you like this reading. I try to make a special one. And see you then again after 2 weeks. Bye.